Hi there, I'm back, and today I'm doing a completely different product review actually. I'm down in my basement in my laundry room, and recently, in the last week and a half or so, I switched cat litters. It became a necessity, and I only use all natural litters. I'll put that out right away. This is my new litter here. This is Smart Cat. It is made by a company called Pioneer Pet. Zoom in on that a little bit. And their website is pioneerpet.com if you'd like to check them out. They also make another litter that is a lightweight clay litter that's mixed with something else that's natural. I'm not sure what the other half of that product is. But myself personally, I am only interested in all natural cat litters. I've only used all natural for probably the last 8 or 10 years. And I've used pretty much all the different substrates that they make. Pine, wheat, corn, wood fibers, you name it. And the one big problem with natural litters is a lot of times the clumping isn't so great because they advertise that there's no glues or clumping agents on them. Well, some of them, not all of them, I should say. And not all of them are very good at odor control. You're getting an all natural litter because you're well, at least for me, I can only speak for myself. I got tired of the strip mining involved with making clay litters. It really scars the earth, and they don't biodegrade, especially the clumping types. You throw it away, that stuff is there for hundreds of years, turning into rock. I mean, it doesn't biodegrade. It's just really horrible for the planet, and it's not great for you to breathe in when you're scooping and pouring it. It's full of silica dust, which is not good for your lungs. It's certainly not good for your cat's lungs. They're breathing it in while they're pawing away in there, and they're licking it off when they're grooming themselves. So, ugh. So, as far as I'm concerned, I only want to go all natural. So this is the product that I've been using, and I wanted to do a product review on it simply because so far, now it's been less than 2 weeks, so, put that in perspective, but so far I am really impressed with how well this stuff performs. I cannot get over the odor control, and the clumping is something you have to see, which is why I'm going to do a video on it. So this is what the litter looks like. Okay. It is not grain. Like I said, it's not grain-based at all. No wood chips, no pine, which is great because pine, despite the fact that I really don't have environmental allergies per se, pine, the smell of the cat litter in the pine, it makes me sneeze something terrible. And the clumping is so awful, for me, it's just not worth it. This is actually made from grass seed, of all things. And it does claim to be 99% dust-free. But let's be real. Every litter I've ever seen on a store shelf makes that exact same claim, whether it's true or not, whether it's clay or natural. This stuff, though, litter dust does happen to be one of the things my nose is pretty sensitive to. This stuff, really, as far as I can tell, there's no film at all on my hands. It is very, very clean of dust. So, but that is also pretty subjective too, because everybody has a different sensitivity level to what they think is dusty, or their cats, maybe they have long-haired cats and track it everywhere. So, it's one of those subjective things. But from my experience so far for the last week and a half, and I've had cats for like more than 30 years, this stuff is a lot of what it claims to be. Okay, so as far as clumping goes, I do have just some plain tap water from my basement sink here. So we're going to test the clumping. We're just going to drizzle a little in here, and I'm going to try to kind of guess about the same amount that would be deposited in there on a naturally occurring basis. And finding a new litter for me, being a multi-cat household, is always very tricky because with 3 cats, there are 3 different personalities. Finding one product that they'll all use willingly and they're all, happy with is always kind of, like I said, kind of tricky. The day I bought this, And because I have multi-cats, I have multiple litter pans. So the day I bought this, I came downstairs, I took one of their pans. This is how I usually do it with when I'm introducing a new product like this. I'll take one pan, I'll dump that out completely. Instead of this, put 2 inches on the new stuff on the bottom, put the old stuff on top. I actually, because I have multiple cats, it's easier to do it this way. I take one pan, completely dump it, clean it out, put the new litter in there, and then wait and see what happens. Usually it takes, a few hours or a day or two, depending on how they react to it. This litter, I'm not kidding. I put this in. My female came down. She's the oldest. She's 14, and she came down, and she's Little Miss Princess. She's very picky about everything. I didn't have this litter in that pan for more than 30 seconds, if that, and she was already in it, digging around and making all kinds of deposits. So I thought, well, great, the princess approves, the rest will all be downhill. And sure enough, the other 2 guys went for it, so I went ahead and just changed them all within a week. All 3 pans were changed. So let me just show you real quick some more information they have on the bag. Also the odor control is wonderful. I have never ever smelled urine and I scoop my boxes at least twice a day, every single day. My cats get fed a homemade raw diet every day, and so they get 2 meals a day, breakfast and dinner. And I usually, when they're busy eating, I will go around and scoop their boxes at that time. And I have yet, even when it's fresh, when they've just done it within a few minutes of me getting over there with the scoop, I don't smell any urine smell in this litter. I'm astounded by that. And I'm pretty picky about that kind of stuff. And I know I have 3 cats. You're going to smell that occasionally, especially if you happen to go scooping right after one of them has been in there doing their business. I honestly cannot smell the urine. I keep a small bucket that's lined with biodegradable bags. Like the poop bags that you would use when you're walking your dog, or you can use them, or else they're used for like kitchen scraps and things like that for composting. And they do break down fairly quickly. And I'll keep a bucket, and it usually will have 2, maybe 2.5 days worth of clumps in there, and I'll walk past it and think, phew, I honestly don't smell any. I've even stopped just to sniff, because I couldn't believe I could not smell any urine coming out of that bucket. It also hides the odor of poop pretty well too, so I'm pretty well sold on that. It's also made in the USA, which is nice. Here's the back of the bag. I'm sorry for the dark lighting down here. It's kind of gloomy. It was sunny out all day, and now thunderstorms are moving in to the area, so it got kind of cloudy and dark. So I do apologize for the poor lighting. I will zoom in a little bit here so that you can at least see what's on the package here. Okay, it is. Here's their proud to be statement here. 100% grass, chemical-free, clay-free, fragrance-free, 99% dust-free. We went over that. Paw soft and safe. It's biodegradable and renewable. So this stuff will break down. It's just fabulous. So let's take a look at our clump and see where we're at here. And here's what it looks like. And this is just plain water, so I'm perfectly fine with touching it. But it's almost kind of gelatin-like. It is the strangest thing. Look at, you can hear that? It's really firm. And it doesn't break apart. I think I might be. Let me zoom out a little bit there. It doesn't break apart, even tossing it back and forth. What really convinced me to try this product with my cats was I was on YouTube one day. I just happened to stumble upon a video put out by the company that makes this, pioneerpet.com. And it looked like, it didn't state it, but it looked like employees out in the parking lot of the company. They had a ball of this. They had a clump of this, and they shaped it into a round ball, and they were tossing it back and forth like they were playing catch. At one point, one of the guys actually drop kicked it across the parking lot, and the cameraman ran over there and took a couple frames of it. It did not break apart. In another scene, one of the guys took that ball and threw it really hard up against a wall indoors, and rolled on the floor, and they took a couple frames of that. It did not break apart. So I thought, well, okay, they're willing to do that. I'm willing to try it. It's not hard as a rock. It's, like I said, it's kind of like gelatin almost rubbery. You can break it apart, but the name of the video is, can your litter do this? So now I'm going to say, can your clumped litter do this? You can actually stick it back together, and it doesn't fall apart. It actually stays a clump. It is just mind-boggling how well this stuff works. I'm quite pleased with this, which is why I wanted to share it with all you guys. If you have cats, or if you're thinking about switching to a natural litter, if you're thinking about getting a cat, you don't have one yet, this would be a great product to try if you can find it in your area. And I do want to say, if you are thinking about getting a cat, please check out your local shelter first. There are many cats there looking for good homes, and most of the times they're there by no fault of their own. So with that, I will say, if you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you again so much for watching, and have a good day.